I've done a lot in the sport, from racing to being around great people and all sides of the business. I think it came at a great time in my life. I felt like I had accomplished everything. So when I had the opportunity to be involved with such an iconic brand, I couldn't turn down the opportunity.
You talk about things that keep you up at night. Going racing is one of them, but the last 18 months, there hasn't been a whole lot of sleep.
What's different from racing to testing now, especially from the ground floor like this, is, every option is on the table. We're making big decisions. It's been super interesting, learning a lot, and hopefully to continue to learn a lot. What I've been happy about is just how this engine has its own identity. We've taken the best from all the info that we know about, the components inside of the engine, you name it, I think. We got a really good base.
I think one of the best things about it is the way that it's designed and developed. It gives a very wide range of abilities to be able to ride the bike.
That's right, it's light and compact, and the power delivery is great for all forms of riders as well. When we're talking about the engine, we bring our other partner in, Vincent. Vincent, hello, how are you, my man?
Busy, but good.
It's been a fun project, hasn't it?
Yeah, fun, and I was quite impressed by the first run of the engine on the dyno. That was the first good surprise. The base product is quite incredible.
Yeah, the power curve of the engine, it has really good low-end response, low-end torque. Normally everything's give and take. You either have good low end or good top end, whichever you prefer, but I feel like this engine gives both of that. And I think it's good for all levels of riding. If you're a beginner, racing supercross, outdoors, across the board, I think it's a really great engine.
What I think Triumph did is also very important, is to combine the engineering around the engine to the chassis. You can have all the power in the world, you can have all the torque in the world, but if you don't have the chassis who's connecting all this to the ground, is clearly useless.
Vince, I wanted to ask about Clement DeSalle and what his role's been and how he's helped in the engine development part of this project.
We work with him in the past as a rider for the team, and we know he was really, really picky. He will not sugarcoat any angle. When something is not right, he will voice it right away.
Yeah, I think a lot of that comes back to the testing process and having great groups in place, people with a lot of knowledge that have competed at a high level.
I started working for American Honda when they just started their newly formed motocross race team. And then after 20 years of traveling on race circuits, then I went to work for research and development for another 20 years.
I was a professional racer for 14 years. I've been a test rider for the last 5 years, but I haven't done it from the ground floor like this, building a motorcycle from the ground up.
Being heavily involved in engineering and racing for years and years, it's hugely challenging and hugely complicated. And I was intrigued that somebody new wanted to come in, somebody with the name of Triumph.
There's a huge difference between taking a bike that's already developed on some level and modifying it to be better, and trying to build a program around something that already exists. When this opportunity with Triumph came up, it was definitely the right place and the right time. And
that goes to the point when we're developing this motorcycle, yes, we want it to be great for racing, but at the same time, it needs to be good for the customers, people that are buying the motorcycles.
You have to get the power to the ground, and you need a chassis and a good power plant in order to do that. And the power plant here, they have done a very good job at making it right with the low end, the over rev, and they did a really good job.
Triumph maybe took more time to avoid that type of issues on the track. They're really engineering every component and understanding every component before they go out.
I think one great thing about this wide range of power, low end and then top end pull that this engine has, it's a great platform for other models that Triumph motorcycles are going to come up with. That's kind of got me excited. I might need to ride this thing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit the track on this new Triumph dirt bike.